A very good morning to all. This is Prashant Pandey, and in this lecture, we will discuss about the powers and functions of the registrars. So, under the Trade Unions Act, some powers and functions has been provided to the registrars concerned so that registration process of trade unions can be done in an efficient way and in a speedier manner. So in this lecture we will discuss some powers and functions of the registrar. It will include the power of the registrar to call for further particulars, the power of the registrar to register the trade unions, and the power of the registrar to issue the registration certificate to the concerned registered trade unions. So we will discuss first the power to call for further particulars which has been provided under section 7. According to subsection 1 of section 7, the registrar may call for further information for the purpose of satisfying himself that an application for registration of trade union complies with the provisions of section 5. The registrar may call for further information to satisfy himself that the trade union is entitled to register under section 6 of the Act. The registrar may also refuse to register the trade union until such information is supplied to him by the applicants concerned. So under section 7, it has been conferred on the registrar concerned that they may require from the applicant some additional particular, some additional information which is essential for the purposes of registration of the concerned trade unions under section 5 and section 6 of the Act. If such information has not been provided by the applicants, then in that situation the registrar will be entitled to refuse to register the trade unions in the register of the trade unions maintained by him. Now, the second power of the registrar is the power to register the trade unions if all the necessary conditions for that purposes has been complied under the application by the applicants concerned. According to this section, if the registrar, on being satisfied that the trade union has complied with all the requirements of this Act in regard to registration, shall register the trade union by entering in a register to be maintained in such form as may be prescribed, the particulars relating to the trade union contained in the statement accompanying the application for registration. So according to this provision, on being satisfied that the trade union has complied all the requirements which is necessary under section 5, 4, 5, 6 and 7, the registrar may register the trade unions. A trade union is registered by entering the particulars relating to the trade union in a register maintained for the purposes in the prescribed form. So after the satisfaction of the registrar, all the particulars should be entered in a register maintained by the registrar for the purposes of registration of the trade unions. The particulars entered in the register are the particulars contained in the statement accompanying the application for registration. So the particulars which will be entered in the register should be the same particulars which has been provided by the applicants in their application. In the case of Re-Inland Steam Navigation Workers Union case, the Calcutta High Court held that where an application is filed before the registrar for the registration of a union under the provisions of the Trade Unions Act, it is the duty of the registrar to examine the application and to look at the objects for which the union is formed. If those objects do not go outside the objects prescribed in the Act, and if all the requirements of the Act and the regulations made thereunder are complied with, it is his duty to register the union. So, in this case, it has been specifically mentioned that if all the requirements has been fulfilled by the applicants in their application, then it is the duty of the registrar to register the trade union concerned and do not refuse the registration on some frivolous grounds. Now comes to the certificate of registration. The registrar, on registering a trade union under Section 8, shall issue a certificate of registration in the prescribed form, which shall be conclusive evidence that the trade union has been duly registered under this Act. So, under Section 9, the registrar, on registering a trade union under Section 8 of the Act, issues a certificate of registration. This certificate of registration should be issued in the prescribed form which has been provided under the Trade Unions Act. The certificate of registration issued under Section 9 of the Act is the conclusive evidence that the trade union has been duly registered under the Trade Unions Act 1926. But the trade union registered under the Trade Unions Act is not a statutory body. So, by the issuance of certificate of registration, it does not confer a statutory recognition to the concerned trade unions under the Act. In the case of Chemosin Private Limited versus Kerala Medical and Sales Representatives Association, 1998, Kerala, it has been held that a registered trade union is an entity distinct from the members of which the trade union is composed. So, in this case, the Kerala High Court held that a trade union registered under the Trade Unions Act 1926 is neither an instrumentality nor an agency of the state discharging public functions or public duties. Therefore, trade unions concerned registered under the Act does not come under other authorities in Article 12 of the Constitution. Therefore, a registered trade union is not amenable to writ jurisdiction. So, in this case, it was held by the Kerala High Court that by registration of the trade unions, it does not mean that the concerned trade unions will be the instrumentality of the states and they will fall under the domain of other agencies as given under Article 12 of the Constitution of India, and no writ jurisdiction will be applicable on those trade unions concerned. Now, the status of the trade unions. Since we have already discussed that the registration process does not confer on the trade union concerned any statutory recognition, but every registered trade union is a body corporate by the name under which it is registered and shall have perpetual succession and a common seal with power to sue and to be sued. So, with the registration of trade unions, a legal status has been conferred on the trade unions concerned, and under their name, the trade union concerned may either sue or can be sued by any person, and they can acquire any property in their names. It is not a statutory body, it is not created by a statute or incorporated in accordance with the provisions of a statute. Therefore, A registered trade union is neither an instrumentality nor an agency of the state discharging public functions or public duties. Thank you so much.